Forge your strong body with discipline. Imagine the human body as a raw piece of iron freshly taken from the earth. It carries immense potential, but it has no defined shape yet. It is heavy, shapeless, lacking direction. Yet within it lies the possibility of becoming a sword, armor, or a useful tool. Everything depends on the forge, the fire, and the hammer. So it is with our body, raw material subject to time and effort. For it to become strong, functional, and beautiful, it must be submitted to the same process of refinement that transforms iron into steel. And this process bears a simple and relentless name, discipline. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." That sentence defines the heart of discipline. It is not difficulties that should stop you, but obstacles that must be transformed into tools for your evolution. Whoever understands this realizes that discipline is not an oppressor but a liberator. Through it, the body finds form, and the mind discovers direction. Discipline is not a burst of enthusiasm that lasts only a few days. It is not fleeting motivation that comes and goes with circumstances. Discipline is the flame that does not flicker, the conviction that keeps you faithful to what you must do even when you don't feel like doing it. It is born in the small daily choices, in the silent decisions no one sees, rising when the alarm rings, training even when the body begs for rest, refusing the excesses that weaken health, accepting pain as the just price of transformation. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. Pain is not an enemy, but a companion on the road to strength. A blacksmith does not fear the hammer or the sparks, for he knows both are necessary to shape the blade. Ancient warriors understood this principle. Spartans, gladiators, monks, they all forged their bodies in the hardness of routine because they knew that without a strong body the mind falters, and without a firm mind the body surrenders. They cultivated physical resistance as the extension of their virtues. And we, today, have the same tools available: discipline, effort, patience. We are at once both raw iron and blacksmiths. As the philosopher Emperor said, "Look well into yourself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if you will always look. It is within that the flame is found, the flame that can sustain every effort." Stoic philosophy teaches us of the four cardinal virtues: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. And all of them can be cultivated through physical discipline. There is wisdom when you train with method, not improvisation. There is justice when you respect your body, treating it as the temple of your soul. There is courage when you face struggle and do not run from pain. And there is temperance when you master your appetite, when you deny immediate pleasure for greater lasting health. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." A strong body, therefore, is nothing but the reflection of a disciplined mind. But no path of discipline is free from resistance. The greatest enemy is not the barbell nor the long track, but the complacent voice within ourselves. That inner whisper says, "Not today, you can rest, it doesn't matter." And yet Marcus Aurelius observed, "Build your life action by action and be satisfied if each action attains its goal." Progress does not appear all at once, it is slow, drop by drop, repetition by repetition. That is why each training session is not just physical but philosophical victory. Over time, training becomes meditation in motion. When lifting weights, you practice courage. When repeating painful movements, you exercise perseverance. When controlling breathing and technique, you learn temperance. And when evaluating progress, you cultivate wisdom. Training, therefore, is no longer merely about muscles, it is about teaching the soul. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Be like the rock against which the waves keep crashing, it stands firm and tames the fury of the waters around it." With every drop of sweat, you prove that you too can be that rock. And wherever there is pain, there is learning. No metal is strengthened without extreme heat. No blade gains sharpness without repeated strikes. No body becomes strong without discomfort. Pain is a severe but wise teacher. Whoever flees it remains forever fragile. Whoever accepts it discovers growth. Complaining about pain is like complaining about the hammer when you want a shining sword. And Marcus Aurelius declared, "If it is endurable, then endure it. Do not complain." Every burning muscle, every difficult breath, is not defeat but silent victory. Time, however, is the true judge of every effort. Days accumulate into weeks. Weeks become months. Months into years. In this silent tribunal, it becomes clear who was constant and who abandoned the path. Time shows the difference between those who trained only when they felt motivated and those who stood firm even in the absence of it. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, time is like a river made up of the events which happen, and a violent stream, for as soon as a thing has been seen, it is carried away. Lost time never returns. It is up to you to decide if it is going to be buried under excuses or invested in discipline. A disciplined body reflects a disciplined mind. It is not merely aesthetics, but a silent presence that inspires respect. The warrior may live in peace, but his bearing reveals the strength of countless victories over idleness. The strong body becomes armor against illness, a tool for protection and service, a testimony that will prevail over inertia. Even when old age arrives, and muscles weaken, the indomitable spirit forged by discipline remains. This effort is not for you alone. A strong body is an example to others. The father who trains passes to his son the value of constancy. The friend who does not give up inspires those around him. A body forged in discipline becomes a silent language, teaching more than words ever could. Strength, therefore, is not only personal conquest, it is a legacy passed on to the community. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What brings no benefit to the hive brings none to the bee." By strengthening yourself, you also serve. Aesthetics fade with time, muscles shrink, wrinkles arrive. But the character sculpted through discipline is permanent. The body is an instrument, the means through which you learn to master yourself. The virtue acquired does not disappear. It becomes an invisible treasure, the very foundation of your soul across all trials of life. The real inheritance of discipline is not strength itself but the certainty that every part of life can be molded by patience and constancy. Marcus Aurelius warned, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." Discipline must be lived now, not tomorrow. Therefore, be the blacksmith of yourself. Submit to the fire of discipline and the hammer of persistence. Accept pain as an ally and time as a companion. Forge yourself until your body is no longer just a vehicle, but a living symbol of resilience. Every drop of sweat is testimony of your victory over indiscipline. Every training session is a silent prayer. Every conquest is a reflection of a mind that refused to surrender. Do not wait for life to offer you strength. Build it. Forge it. Make of yourself a living monument of discipline.